How's it going, everybody? I'm going to tie for you a Black Mamba fly tonight. Hope everybody's been doing okay. I've got chartreuse crystal flash hook. I've got a partridge. It's a size 6. It's a bucktail streamer hook. Beads, I've got 3/64 or 5 millimeter, whichever you want to say. It's a black matte, just a cyclops bead. It's brass bead. I'm going to be using some 0.20. It's a lead-free wire, and just filling it up with some wraps. Get her to the front there and hopefully break it off. I'm going to push that up in that bead so it kind of steadies it. I didn't even really count the wraps. There's a bunch. As many as you like. On this crystal, we'll probably take anywhere from 10 to 20 of fibers. To get it on there. Guess I better not get ahead of myself, or it'll just be laying on there, won't it? Little thread dam back there. Find my glasses on my hat. And like I say, just make sure you got that pushed up in that bead pretty good. This is a barbed hook. You can pinch down your barb if you'd like. Take a little bit of glue and put on here. It'll just kind of go down on those threads. The glue I got in this bottle is Sally Hansen's. It's just hard as nails. It's always been a reliable glue. Plus, I can steal it from my wife or daughter. I'm just kidding. I buy it. They wouldn't let me get away with that. Anyway, just a strip. I'll start my tie-in right there where the lead ended. Take it back to where the barb is. And if you need to, you can flip it over, but it needs to be, roughly the length of the body there, or the shank of the hook. There you go. You save this. Do not throw that away. Definitely. That's not waste. So. Definitely not waste. And I've got some silver wire here on my my desk. And you should keep your silver wire like that right there. Because if you can't keep it like that, you'll never be able to use it. Nothing like having about 77 ends on it. I hope I'm not the only one that's this way. That's just a small silver wire that I'm fighting. That's a long hook. That 6 is. Let me set this back a little bit. All right. I don't think I'd bend it. I think I just, when I set it in, I set it down at an angle. Here's our zonker strip. This is a Magnum, so it's a little wider. This is what I had. I'm not. You could still tie it with it. Doesn't matter either way. But if I had my preference, it wouldn't have to be just the Magnum. Just a regular strip would be fine. I'm just shortening this thing so I don't have to fight it. Always try to cut in between so you don't lose too much fur. I'm going to take this back here. Sure we tied in our tail. And we're going to set in our zonker strip. And we're going to just separate it there. And like I said, this is a Magnum, so it's the leather on the bottom is a little bit wider. 2 or 3 over it, and then 2 or 3 under it. That should hold it for you. I've got some airline ice dubbing. This is the black. I'm going to dub on here to make us a nice big dubbing noodle. I thought it might have had enough. I thought wrong. I know I'm starting to kind of get cabin fever from this winter stuff. I'll be glad when this business is done. So give yourself a little bit of taper with the body there. That's not got a heck of a lot of flash in it. I mean, most of your flash will be from the tail. So, and we'll pull this up. And I tell you, you're going to tie over top of the fur. If you want to use bigger thread, and I never said nothing about my thread, you can see what I'm tying with here is just 6/0. But I'd recommend you use 140, even 210, just because, of the pulling on it and things. You can also use a Stanley knife here to cut this a little bit bigger if you want. You wouldn't have to fight it there like I am. You won't have to worry about cutting your thread in two like I'll probably do. So it'll be fine. Get her tied in there pretty good. So we have a cigarette lighter for. We're going to take our wire. We're going to go right here where we tied it in, just to go over it good. Get us a nice turn in there. Try not to tie your thread down, or I mean your fur fibers. Your thread should already be tied down. And you just want the open spirals in this thing. So I mean, you just want like one or two to hold this. Give yourself 2.5 there. Tie over it a couple times, and then I'm gonna go around it and tie in front of it a couple times. I normally don't tie in front of it, but that locks that thread down. You can rip her off there. All right. Now we're going to take the tail back here, and we're not going to cut the fur again. Like I say, we're just going to cut the leather about the same length. About the same length as that. And you can see it underneath there. That's got your wire and all your good stuff in there. We got one more thing that, of course, I left in the drawer. Sorry, guys. We've got some Super Bright. It's like steelhead dubbing, but I love the color of it. The color is just fluorescent chartreuse. I mean, you can see it's so bright. I mean, if you want, I mean, you can use the lighter color, but I like that fluorescent chartreuse. We're going to dub ourselves on here just to give ourselves a nice big hot spot. Pretty good noodle on there. Takes more than you think. Build up her head there pretty good. And we will take our whip finish here. Five or six good turns there behind the eye. Picked up my rabbit strip with me. And if you see anything hanging off that you don't like, you know, now's a good time to trim it. Take your brush that out. Let it mix in with everything. And it'll mix in really good with that. You can see the shiny tail. And this will basically get you a kind of a reaction strike. I've got some water-based loon head cement that usually soaks in really good. That's what I like about it. It will soak in right down in there. Pretty good stuff. But that's my version of the Black Mamba. It's not too hard of a tie. Fish like them. Guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you guys on the water.